All right, man. We are live. What's good with everybody out there in the world? It's your boy, Henny the Moore, reporting live from the liquor store. And to my right is the most sinister,
Yes,
most man. Listen, I ain't gonna hold you. We are
the
pressed for time.
nefarious one.
The
Hey, after a
nefarious one.
while, you just start embracing who you really are. So, hey, I am what he say I am. You know what I'm saying? If I wasn't, then why would I say I am? You know,
I,
ask Eminem. You
I
feel me?
mean, at this point, man, the evil aura just radiates, from that side of the screen. We just gotta hold our crucifix and say the Lord's Prayer in our
You know
minds.
how the Punisher be battling his emotions. Like, am I really just bad or am I a hero?
Hmm
I be dealing with that sometimes. You know what I'm saying? I be dealing with the same dilemma sometimes. You feel me?
Well, damn, I'm gonna put you in a dilemma right now, out the gate. We shooting straight for the head, man. I'm gonna ask you a quick, simple question, man.
Let's do it.
Which player is off this team if they don't show up in preseason?
Um, One of the players got an injury pass. He got pass go.
That
It would
Miles
have been
Sanders.
Deuce Vaughn for sure.
Oh, you talking about little legs?
Lil Legs would have been off of this team if he wouldn't have been hurt. So he got a pass go from being injured. But
Shit, they ain't stopping nothing. You saw they cut Paris Campbell ass right off of IR.
true, but he's not a cowboy baby like Deuce Vaughn is. You know what I'm saying?
Man,
Deuce Vaun got his pop still working here. So, you know. Is he still here after the coaching overhaul?
he a scout, so
He
yeah,
a
he's still
scout
here.
though. Yeah, true. So yeah, Deuce Vaughn would have been somebody I had my eye on, but outside of him, I say Damone Clark. Damone Clark need a big time preseason. I feel like he should definitely be playing. He should be your starting linebacker out there. You know what I'm saying? Opposed to somebody like Leofow or something. I might not even want to play Leofow because like I look at him that high.
He like he a
Just,
made
just to
man
be honest.
already.
Yeah, I look at him like he's gonna be a contributor for sure. So I probably wouldn't even want to have him playing. That's why I say Damone Clark needs some good reps. He needs to put some good performances on tape for sure for preseason. That's the first guy I can think of is Damone Clark for sure. We've been buried him in this roster. And on this team, he been buried. And he didn't emerge and you know what I'm saying, the night of the dead and pushed his hand through the dirt and all you see was a hand. Like Damone Clark and came back alive. So he definitely need a reincarnation in preseason.
So speaking of Damone Clark, man, did you see that Negro, get hit with a rock bottom during training camp?
Yes, he got smacked by the running back,
Kyron
Kyer.
Williams.
Yeah,
Yes.
that was pretty embarrassing. As a linebacker, you supposed to level that dude. That dude depleted you and then drove you to the ground. Like that was embarrassing. That was embarrassing.
It was very sad. Matter of fact, the boy is my size. The boy is 5'9". So
Mm.
well, really I'm like 5'10", but like tomato. Point being, like you got suplexed by a guy that got normal human size, and you supposed to be a big 6'3" ass linebacker. So
With blazing speed.
yeah, like you supposed to be this superb athlete, and you up here getting hit with the rock bottom in front of your kinfolk and shit, man. That shit can't happen like that.
I just don't like to see that coming from my linebackers. The running back's supposed to be afraid when you coming. You know what I'm saying? He don't supposed to be matching your energy. Like,
At all.
you know what I'm saying? He don't supposed to be licking his chops to block you. And he destroyed you. So I would have liked to see how Damone Clark came the other plays after that. Did he keep that same energy? Did he go on a mean streak? Did he tuck his tail, tuck his chain? Like did he hit one of these? Like what did he
I'm
do
tuck mine
after?
in.
Yeah, I'm gonna just put mine in. You know what I'm saying? Put mine in. Yeah. But what did he do after he got depleted by the average running back?
Well, to be fair to Kyron Williams, because he's average size, he is an all-pro running back.
True.
But I
I
don't.
was meaning in size though.
All
But
right, I did have to clarify. 'Cause I fuck with Kyron Williams.
yeah.
But as for what he did, I didn't see the actual practice live, so I just seen clips. There were some clips of Damone Clark making some run fits. And I believe they alluded that being like toward the back end of practice. But I don't know. Like I know for sure I need to see a good preseason game for this Negro though. If he
Yeah,
want to stay, if he want to stay on
been
my team.
showing up and count. He been showing up and count. I
You
seen
know,
him do some good things out there while I was out there. So, Damone been pretty much one of the positives in camp though. I'll say that. He been one of the positives that I could think of.
for my person that need to have a good preseason, and not because they bad, is Trayshawn Holden. Because he's also one of the people that been going crazy in camp. But I'm trying to hold back on being excited about the kid just for the reason of I've seen all these folks have these amazing training camps and they no call, no show, when they actually got the job. You know
So
what I'm
what
saying?
you saying is you holding on holding. You
I'm
trying to
holding
hold
on holding.
back on holding. I got you. I got
Yeah, cause like he got all the talent in the world. He like 6'3", 4'5",
you.
good jumping
Oregon guy.
ability. Yeah, played at Alabama first. It's one of your cast offs. He had some off field stuff, some on field stuff too. He spilled on the board during the national televised game, but
Mm,
he got that dog in him. But
I like it.
he's somebody. The wide receiver room is so deep. Even if he really liked that, you know what I'm saying, it's gonna be hard for him to stick on to this team because we know for sure we got 5 wide receivers we know gonna make the team. We
Yeah.
CeeDee Lamb,
George
George Pickens,
Turpin,
Turpin,
Told
Tolbert,
Mingo
Mingo.
for sure.
They all making the team. So each one, are they even gonna carry 6 wide receivers? That's what you really got to think about. Are they even gonna go that deep at wide receiver?
Well,
And
you really don't got to count Turpin though.
you shouldn't, but they are.
You don't got to count him towards wide receiver.
I personally wouldn't and still carry 5 more wide receivers.
You'll just count Turpin as a return man, and then now you got your extra receiver in them.
Yeah, but I'm really feeling like Turpin gonna be wide receiver 3.
I'm saying, but he don't have to, he can be officially your wide receiver 3, but on the books he can still be your punt returner. See
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying about bookkeeper.
That'll give you, yeah, it's bookkeeping, and then that'll give you the leeway to bring in Holden. You know what I'm saying? He could be your 6th receiver.
If he can go out there and play well.
No, your 5th receiver. He'll be your 5th
Yeah,
receiver.
yeah. I'm just saying if he can play well, because I seen Jalen Brooks have a good preseason, and I want the nigga off my team.
Jalen Brooks just did some good things in practice the other day. So
he had a 65-yard catch from Joe Milton,
yeah.
in the scrimmage. I seen Eric Scott Jr. have an amazing training camp, and he's not on the team anymore. Seatbelt Carson, we were talking about that name we're gonna stick, and now we had to take the nigga nickname from him.
We call him baby seat now.
He baby seat now. You know what I'm saying? Like he got baby seat and child lock.
Yeah, you gotta stay with it, man. You gotta stay consistent to keep a good name like that. Like if you ain't locking nobody down, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna have to arrest that name back from you, man. We're gonna have to take that. Apprehend the name away from you.
You know how they stripped the Black Panther power away in the movie? We're gonna strip that nigga name.
We ain't gonna have no potions for you to recover from that, sir. It's over with.
Yeah, it's all hard work. You gonna have to fight, get that shit back.
Somebody else who need a good count, I would say somebody like Elam. Elam need to get some reps out there because he kind of got cooked yesterday, right? They were saying he was getting cooked a little bit with them receivers, if I'm not mistaken.
I think I think him and Bland had solid days from what they reported, but I think it was Troy Pride and Andrew Booth that were getting belt to ass from what they were saying.
Because that's 2 of the premier receivers in the league for sure. Devontae Adams on one side, Pookie Nakua on the other side. Those 2 dope receivers. So it won't be no shame for giving up plays, but you just can't get cooked though. Like that's the only thing. Like as a DB, we need you to stay close to the receiver and play the ball, play his eyes or something. Like we need you involved in the play. You can't just be giving up all this separation time in and time out. That's doing us a disservice. We're gonna have to replace you. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, we really ain't got no options. That's the scary part about the shit. Like
we'll rather try somebody else. It don't gotta be an option to fix it. It's just like, are you better than this dude? Like, you know what I'm saying? This game in this moment, are you better than this dude? Because that might be, the best we can do at the moment.
Who are your healthy corners right now? I know this is our subject. Who are your healthy corners?
Bland, Hall. Ain't Hall a corner or a safety? 43.
Hall, Keemon Hall, yeah, he was getting his ass cooked too.
Israel,
Yeah.
even if they still keeping him at corner, Israel, Hall, Bland,
Oof.
Elam, that's 4. And Carson, is Carson healthy yet? So that's 4.
Carson not even gonna play in preseason. You know, he had
That's sad.
an injury, so we're not gonna see him too early on. He's one of the people I think that needed a good preseason as well. Not because there was anybody really on the roster. We're very thin at quality cornerbacks,
It's
but just
about time for him to show up.
yeah, it's about time. He just need developmental reps, man. You know, he missed a lot of last season. He been rehabbing during the off season. So he needed something to go his way. He needed a good training camp. He needed some good preseason reps. He ain't gonna get none of that.
How about all the running backs need a good preseason? All of them. Every one of
That's
them.
super fair.
Every one of them. I'm talking about Blue, Williams, and Sanders. Like they all need a good preseason. And I don't care about you being a veteran at this point because I need you to try to make this team and impress us. So, sir, you getting reps this preseason game that I will be attending to, by the way. You
Yeah.
are giving me some reps this game. And look, I would love for Schotty to get an offense one series or something, bro. Get a real offense, first team offense, one series. Look, they go 3 and out, let them ride. It's over with. You know what I'm saying? But give them one series. Let them go down the field, score a touchdown, and sit on down. You know what I'm saying? I think that'll be good for us knocking the rust off a little bit.
I said let them play till they score.
That's too much. So
Nah,
because what
'cause
if they don't? You know what I'm saying?
it gotta be. I say
Still limit them like 3 drives. Then.
okay. You took the number out of my head, so
Yeah.
I guess I've been around your ass too long.
3 drives. That's all you get.
Give them 3 opportunities. Go down there and score. But Schotty also said they ain't gonna open up the offense either. He said everything gonna be vanilla, just like it was vanilla at the train. You know, at the joint practice. He said, and his reasoning was they ain't got a lot of tape on us yet. I'm gonna keep it that way. You know, he want to play it close
That's
to the
fair.
vest. He ain't trying to. He like Sean and them out there throwing everything at him. He like they doing stunts. They run their regular offense. But he said, in fairness, you know, Sean McVay and them been running the same offensive scheme for like a decade at this point. Everybody got film. Everybody know what they gonna do. So it's not really a secret what their scheme is.
There's
Shotty
no
trying to
element of surprise at this point.
yeah. So Shotty trying to keep that competitive advantage at this point. So defense is going to be playing basic ad coverages. And really, he said that's the only time that he called something out the norm was the bomb that he called up for Joe Milton. He said he got pissed off at the way it was going. He just called the bomb. He said, "Fuck."
He just did the kamikaze YOLO.
He said
Play comment.
we weren't supposed to be calling that.
But
yeah.
I'll say this though, back to the running backs.
Mhm.
What would have to happen for somebody to move up on your list? Because my list is like they all the same dude. Blue a little better right now, but I mean, it wouldn't matter what happened after that.
And also, we're welcoming Jay Tuck into the building, man. What's good with your kinfolk?
Hey, what's going on with you? What's up? What's up? What's up?
Man, I can't even call it, my boy. So I'm gonna jump you in real quick to what we talking about, man. We were talking about which players, you know, needed a good preseason in order to make the team.
Yeah, that's a good question. Hold on one second. Let me say that right. All right. That needs a good preseason in order to make the team. I think the number one that stands out to me, everyone's talking about, is Trayshawn Holden. I think Trayshawn Holden really needs a good preseason. I just had a conversation about this though. When we watch him in preseason, though, we shouldn't be watching him as a wide receiver. We should be watching what he's doing on special teams, right? Yeah. So, you know, I asked this question to Aisha, with Deuce being out, who was on kickoff return? And surprisingly, it's Jalen Tolbert. Jalen Tolbert's doing kickoff return with Turpin. So, you know, if there's any way that Trayshawn Holden can make this team, it's probably going to have to be special teams. Mm-hmm. And then trying to think. I think another one who I'm really excited about, and you're starting to hear him stack days, is Perrion Winfrey. Because with our defensive tackle room looking like we already know how it looks, Mozzie being a little hobbled with his injury. You know, he had the scrimmage the other day, but didn't play too well. He didn't look bad, but it wasn't nothing too great. I think Perion Winfrey really has an opportunity to make this roster for the Dallas Cowboys, or not only make the roster, definitely be in the rotation. So they'll probably be those the number two people I'm probably looking at that I can think of. Everybody else, they get cut. You know, they get cut. Yeah, I know Deuce is probably one. Another one. I'll say it's about Deuce. Hey,
he got an injury pass go.
Yeah,
injury right now.
But do you think so, bro? Because I think the difficult part with it is like, okay, you're gonna have Javonte, you're gonna have Miles Sanders back, Hunter Luepke, you can count him as a running back, really, right? Jadon Blue, he ain't going nowhere, so that's 4. You know what I'm saying? So if Deuce isn't getting those snaps in preseason and he's hobbled a little bit, it could be a situation where they might try to stash, but it really depends on what Phil Maffa does. I know a lot of people are excited about Phil Maffa.
Maffa had good runs the other day too, right?
Yeah. So, you know, and Schotty has spoken about him. So this is not the year for Deuce to get hurt, because if you're looking at just from an ability standpoint, Jadon Blue brings everything to the table that Deuce already brings, you know what I'm saying? But he's more explosive than Deuce. So we'll see how that unfolds. But yeah, Deuce needs to get back ASAP.
And he got a normal sized body.
Right, right.
Do y'all think it's anything that these running backs could do to decline where they at right now?
You mean like lose favor with the coaching staff?
Yeah.
Fumble? Go out there to turn the ball over?
If Blue fumble, it's going to make headline news everywhere.
Right, yeah.
It's going to be on ESPN.
Right. Facts.
Real.
Yeah, I'll say for Jadon fumbling ball security. Now, I will say this when I was watching some of the clips, not just from the scrimmage, but he's putting the emphasis on it because he's covering that ball up. Because he knows if he dropped that ball, you know what I'm saying, it's gonna be rough for him. I think the only other thing I can see is probably maybe pass pro. That can probably be one, but then also injury.
Mm-hmm. And that's very fair. And really, man, I think we really need this preseason just to see who's going to be like even the number 1 running back.
Who's the cream of the crop?
Yeah, because you know, like there's a pecking order to it. Like I know some people might have missed it, but Brian Schottenheimer, they were talking about running back by committee. He wasn't just too ready to say what this is going to be. Like he said, he believed in his mind they stayed with the running back by committee approach last year a little bit too long. You know, after Rico Dow started popping off.
Yeah.
So you know, I think in his mind, if somebody flashes and shows that they can handle the responsibilities of get the majority of the work, he'll rock with them. But, you know, I think it's going to take a very special kind of preseason for one of them to separate like that. Because I look at them all about the same right now. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, they on the equal playing field right now for me. Because day after day, you hear somebody rise and then you hear somebody fall. Somebody did this, somebody did that. Then the emergence of Phil Maffa, like Tuck said, like he was a buried man before we put the pass on. Now, like Schotty said, you going to feel him and you can feel him. Now they feeling him. They feeling Phil. You know what I'm saying? They actually feeling him with his size and his physicality when it comes to him being a running back between the tackles and stuff. So, hey, that's somebody who can rise their stock. He can rise his stock tremendously because we only got the positive part of him. You know what I'm saying? We really didn't see the negative yet. We didn't see the negative. Like, without the pass, we just was like, we not paying attention to you. When they put him on, they like, okay, this Phil Maffa guy looks pretty good. You know what I'm saying? So in preseason, he going to have a spotlight on him. And he's somebody I'm looking forward to seeing when I go out, though.
And he got an army of fan base, too. You know what I'm saying? Because, I mean, every Cowboys Nation is excited for him. I don't know what the attraction is, to be honest with you. But, you know, we'll see how it all unfolds. And that's why I think it's important. Because I feel like you were saying, Henny Landlord, last year, we kind of went with the running back committee. But think about this. They wasn't getting a lot of snaps in preseason, right? We should have saw like, all right, bro, maybe the Zeke thing ain't going to go, right? Or, you know, but we didn't get a chance to really see it until we experimented week 1. But think about this. Deuce Vaughn's getting carries week 1, week 2. You know, so they were kind of all over the place. So hopefully, I think the Dallas Cowboys are better when they have a true RB1.
Yeah, I agree with that. And just to segue slightly, another position that I think we need to find out about during preseason is the big fat bastards behind Maji Smith. Like, we don't really have one tech depth with any kind of experience. When you talk about Tommy King Basote, how you say the young man's name? I know I butchered it. You talk about Jay Toa. You talk about Denzel Daxon. Like, these are the only 300-pounders on your roster right now. and none of them have any snaps in the National Football League. And Denzel Jackson was on the roster last year. He still ain't play and get no experience.
Right.
So I need to see what they do. Up front for us because it wasn't very promising. What I seen from the interior defensive line during the scrimmage, and I know it's just a scrimmage. I know that they ain't running the stunts that they might run. I know that there's some stuff that they are keeping to themselves right now because they've been very open about being vanilla on both sides of the ball. But it
better not be just trying to deflect. You better be telling the truth because Kellen Moore used to always say he was hiding plays and
wait till the playoffs. Wait till Kellen gets to the playoffs, bro. He had nothing for
playoffs. We got PTSD with Kellen Moore talking about hiding plays and saving them for the right time. Like, okay, it's another thought process. How about doing the plays anyway so you can master them by the time you really need them or really need to pull them out? You know what I'm saying? So that's another way to look at it. But, hey, I hope Schotty is giving us the mild version. You know what I'm saying? He ain't turned the heat up yet. So, hey, I'm ready to see what this offense look like. Like, one thing I can notice is Dak and the receivers looking good, though. They looking real good together. That trio, CD, Pickens, and Dak, they looking as advertised to me. Like, I told people when we first got Pickens that he was that caliber receiver. I don't think he undersold what I said. I think he's lived up to it. Everything I was saying to him being a number one type receiver, I think he came out and showed that. Like, against whoever you put in front of him, he's been a productive receiver. Dak and him, they chemistry starting to gel together. So, hey, I got full confidence.
Team weapons, we up right now. We up right now.
So, you just made a tweet earlier, and you was like, "Hey, Team 40 Burger." That might be the reality that we might have to live in.
Yeah, man, forget that run. All that run and balance, bro. Get that thing to Pickens and CeeDee Lamb. Let's get up there for some wins.
This is why I rock with Tuck, though. This is why I rock with Tuck on that mindset because I told you the best way I did the analogy. Like, I'm a Spurs fan. When we had David Robinson and Tim Duncan, and we barely had guards or a point guard, why the hell would I be playing on the perimeter all game?
Right.
Shooting threes and shit. When I got two of the best post players ever, I'm putting it in the post, bro. Like, if I got two of the best wide receivers in the league, I'm putting the ball in their hands. Right. And if you're not doing that, you're doing it wrong. I don't care what nobody say, bro. Like, you're doing it wrong if you're not prioritizing the best part of your team. That's just point blank period.
And if I'm a defensive coordinator, I want if you take the ball out of Pickens and CD and even Jake Ferguson, who just paid hands, and put it in Javonte Williams, Deuce Vaughn, Jadon Blue, hey, bro, you just did my job for me. Appreciate it.
Yeah. Ooh, thank you, Lord.
Guess what, though? This right here, I get PTSD from this game too, with Schotty being our new head coach / offensive coordinator because I told him I went away from that Seattle game thanking the Lord that they didn't expose us as far as the deep balls and stuff go. Mm-hmm. Like, Russ threw the ball deep like 5 times and they all were successful. But everything else was in the run game. That's why we won that game because they were so conservative. Mm-hmm. I left that game wondering, like, why in the world did them people not try to throw the ball on us?
Right.
And that's why they lost. No lie. That kept the game close. I feel like Schotty and them offense was way too conservative, and that gave us the dub. Mm-hmm. I hope that's not the case with him coming to Dallas with this. Like, that conservative stuff, that need to go out the window. You need to be attacking, bro. You need to attack.
I also play devil's advocate here. Because Schotty said, and I'm just telling you what Schotty said. You can take it with a grain of salt if you want to. But he said one of the reasons he had to falling out with Pete Carroll is because Pete was the one that wanted to run the ball, to that volume. And, he said he wanted to open it up a little bit. But, that's why they got him up out of there.
Hey, man, you got both sides of your neck, man.
Here's what I want to say about Schotty. Schotty it seemed like he's a great deflector because let him tell it. None of the bad stuff that Mike did was on him.
Right.
That wasn't on him. None of Pete Carroll faults was on him. So, like, this is the beauty of you denying everything. This year is 100% on you, Schotty.
Right.
This is your show. I don't want to hear nothing else about it. Like, if it don't work out the way it should work, like you talking about is working, it's gonna be on Schottenheimer. It's not gonna be nobody else you can deflect the blame to. So I'm excited to see what that looks like. I
And
really
see, Schotty caught himself in the lie. I don't think a lot of people caught it because they were so wrapped in the Kool-Aid. I remember when they was asked about Jake Ferguson's season, Schotty was like, well, I'll take the responsibility on that. I didn't get Jake Ferguson really involved last year as an offensive play. Whoa. I thought you had nothing to do with the offense last year, dog. You know,
hey, let him cook. Let him cook. Go ahead, cook. Go ahead.
Don't hey, so I love Mr. Society. You know you messed up. You know what I'm saying? You know you messed up, right? You know what I'm saying?
I love when we put accountability on everybody, bro, because everybody got their favorites, and I think that's just the best way to keep the biases out. Because you need to be honest and you need to be critical, even the players that you're fond of. Just because everybody loves Schotty, we can't just let him have a clean slate in here, bro. Because that's how you get complacent. That's how you ended up losing and stuff like that. You think you got him thinking that he can walk on water.
Right.
So even if you think you can walk on water, he know he can't walk on water.
Right.
And now you done teased his head up so much, he actually tried. So you need to make sure he stay accountable on his end too, man. I'm sorry. Like, don't give him a clean slate. Keep the pressure on him. And I think that's how you're gonna get the best out of him. Keeping the pressure on.
They're just gonna put it on Dak though.
I mean, that's usually the formula to work. You know, hey, they already put the dope in in Mike McCarthy car. So like, the guns just slide that shit underneath that Prescott seat. We good.
Right.
We got 2 packs. Playing Mike McCarthy for the last.
Mike McCarthy had Dak playing the MVP. Oh, that wasn't his offense. That was all Dak. Okay.
That's why I have my problems at. Because how you gonna give all the good stuff to Schotty, but not give him none of the bad? Like, we gotta be. See, I just think in logic, bro. I won't give you that because that's where most of the stigma is across the nation right now. They saying that, oh, Mike did nothing good and Schotty did nothing wrong. So how does that work? Like, that's not logical. I can't accept that. No.
It's even worse.
It's copiism.
I was gonna say what's even worse. They say Schottenheimer did nothing at all. They like he was just there in the room. He ain't do no install. He ain't help design no plays. He was just watching this shit go down. Like, damn, that's crazy.
Yo ass go to
when Mike McCarthy made him the OC. You know what I'm saying? Mike hired him to be the OC. You know what I'm saying? So to the fact that people act like Mike McCarthy, after moving on from Kellen Moore, with all this scrutiny, brought in Brian Schottenheimer, didn't take nothing that Brian mentioned in the meeting rooms. Like, you just sit over here. I'm a handler. Like, hell no, bro. He had a lot to do with that offense last year, but Cowboys fans just don't want to admit that.
They try to say that Mike was so stubborn that he didn't listen to nobody. He didn't ask for no help. Like, Mike came in there just stubborn and full of himself. I don't see that. I feel like Mike is a guy. I think he expressed the fact that he was a football guy, because if he was on some other stubborn, egotistical type stuff, he would have been got rid of Dan Quinn and all that. I think he passed that test with that little situation. You know what I'm saying? And then we seen he had an open door policy with Brandon Cooks and them coming and they're telling him like, hey, bro, we need to do this. We need to change this. And he did it. So I think that's a good part of being a leader, being able to delegate some of the stuff to other people or actually listen and change up some stuff. So, but they act like it was all on him. So,
but Schotty's smart. But Schotty's smart because he got his post on the Cowboys fan. That's why you're seeing all these motions. Oh my God, the offense is fixed. He doing motions. Like, bro. You know what I'm saying? He needs to get a fan base. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see.
Listen, this fan base is also traumatized by comeback routes. So they act like they ain't part of the route tree. Like I swear, if you cut the tape on,
we don't want no hitches, no comeback routes, no option routes, bro. I don't know what they want from us.
I swear if you cut on Kansas City tape, if you cut on the 49ers tapes, you'll see some damn hitches. I promise you that they not just running secret routes that the Dallas Cowboys ain't unlocked yet. I promise you.
They play wide receiver. That's a staple in the tree.
Bro, that's why I get kind of pissed off when I hear y'all say that, because I'm like, bro, that's an essential part of the route tree. It's very effective too.
Right.
It works. Like, especially if you got the right personnel running it. It's something that you really can't guard. Right. If you got a player like George Pickens and he run and turn around, bro, and he's in front of you, do you think the defender gonna have a chance to get that ball?
Hell no.
See, you gotta run it with the right personnel. We was running it with Turpin and Brandon Cooks, people that can't even extend their arms.
Right.
Of course, you ain't gonna be able to. You gonna be able to stop that.
Mhm.
So if we was running it with the wrong personnel. It even looked better when you ran it with Jalen Tolbert opposed to Brandon Cooks.
Right.
So just imagine you running hooks, comebacks, and curls with Mingo and George Pickens. That's an automatic first down, in my opinion. Real talk. They gonna body you up. That's an automatic first down. That's 10 yards.
Right.
Yeah. And even with a guy like Pickens, because he's such a deep ball threat,
Yeah.
like especially if you're going deep, like they're scared at that point. They might give you a cushion.
Yeah, they are.
So you know what I'm saying? So,
See, that's why I think Mike fell to the wayside at though, because he probably should have been threatening a deep ball more. That's what make the hitches and the comebacks even more effective. Like, I gotta believe that you're trying to run past me. You see what I'm saying? Once you get the DB to open up the hips, that's when you got them. That's when you stop on the dime and turn around. That's easy money. And I'm telling you, I have my suspicions, contrary to popular belief, that Dak Prescott loves throwing hitches and comebacks. And listen, we heard what George Pickens said on 105.3 The Fan the other day. He said, basically, we run a lot of dig routes, but he was like, basically, we run a lot of stuff that Dak likes. So if he said that, and you
I need that clip.
2025, if you see in 2025 that we running hooks and curls and comebacks, that right there let you know that that's what Dak Prescott likes. And we already seen it go past one offensive coordinator to a whole nother offensive coordinator. And now we finna see what the real is this time.
That is what I've been trying to explain that y'all to Cowboys fans. It was never Kellen Moore's offense. It was never Mike McCarthy's offense. It won't be Brian Schottenheimer's. It is Dak Prescott offense, right? And I kind of gave this analogy. If we playing Madden or college football, man, he don't want to play me no more, right?
Man, that's a lot.
you might get a play suggested from the coaches, right? But when you get to the line of scrimmage, you're going to change it. You're going to set a corner route. You're going to set the slide protect. You're going to turn this dude into a return route or whatever. So when Dak gets to the line of scrimmage, he gets to play in the formation out, but he's orchestrating everything based off of what he's seeing from the defense. So he is calling those hitches. He's telling Brandon Cooks, hey, bro, they're in cover 4. You know what I'm saying? Hitch up here, do a 5 and hit. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's doing that, right? But people don't want to have that conversation because I remember I asked Kurt Warner this. Because if you watch Dak Prescott, he was more active pre-snap than any quarterback I've seen across the NFL. And Kurt Warner was like, yeah, I hate it, but there's only certain quarterbacks that had that type of freedom. He said Aaron Rodgers, Drew Brees, Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, and Dak Prescott. You see what I'm saying? Where Dak is just like, damn, bro, can we get into the play? You know what I'm saying? But he's just pointing the mic, slide protect, Denver, Kim K.
Everything right.
That is so far from the truth because, to my understanding, he can't read defenses. So you should respect what they're saying. So,
yeah, that they're saying shit, huh?
Right. Make it up.
Yeah. It's crazy work out here. It's crazy. He can't read defenses.
Oh, okay.
That's what I heard. So.
But to your point about quarterbacks like certain concepts, like there was a long period of time in New Orleans where Drew Brees really only ran snag and shit, you know, but it worked, you know, like he did, because, you know, he never really had arm strength, and then after the shoulder surgery, they leaned on the quick game, right. And that was something he could do at a high level, and he was still throwing for 4,000 yards. They were still making to number 1 seed and all the other good shit.
I want y'all to understand that is a big contributor to Dak being one of the most accurate, bro. That's a good ball that Dak throws, and he does it with his eyes closed, routine. Them comeback routes that everybody like to joke about, that's been a large contributor to his success.
Right.
It has been.
Comeback seam balls.
Yes.
Yeah. Like, that's that.
How you think his accuracy level is ridiculous?
Spot routes to the tight end to sit underneath. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh yeah, bro. Like, because when you're playing, because what everybody doesn't understand what they did to us last year, there was rushing 4 and dropping 7. So you have to find wide receivers to find the space in the zone. So what they're trying to do is take everything over the top away and give you the underneath. So yeah, you got to run those hitches and playbacks and out routes and spots. You know. But I think people get caught up in the glitz and glamour of the offense. They want us to be bombs over. You know, it doesn't work that way. They're trying to take that away. You know what I'm saying? Like
they can afford to do it too, Tuck, when they can actually handle the run game in that same formation. Like if you can drop 7 and then rush 4 and you can still handle the run.
Right.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
You're doomed. You're gonna have a long day at the office, man.
Right.
And to landlord's point, the Dallas Cowboys faced the third most light boxes in the National Football League, and they were still one of the most inefficient run games in the league. So they didn't even give a damn about the run game.
Bro, they still to invest heavily in the running backs.
Bro, I remember the Detroit game, bro. Detroit did to was disrespectful. They just like, you know what, bro? We're just gonna rush for. That's it. You know what I'm saying? They're not. So that's why a lot of us have been screaming for a premier back that will make the defensive coordinators have to actually plan for them. But if Rico beat them, so you know what I'm saying, bro? Rico beat us. Okay, we'll just take that. You know what I'm saying? But teams were not scared about our run game. And then we didn't have a wide receiver to even go along with it. So they were just calling our bluff. Because I remember, I forgot what game it was, but we broke down Jalen Tolbert. They were literally in landlord play wide receiver. When I'm playing you man press with no safety help, that is disrespectful. Just saying, bro, you cannot beat me over the top. And Jalen over is getting bad. You know what I'm saying? He was over there getting bad with no safety help. The safeties were just jetting out, going towards CeeDee Lamb on the trip side. Jalen Tolbert on the backside, just getting Fort Knox. You know what I'm saying?
It's one of those old school situations when when y'all break the huddle and dude walk over there. I got him.
Right. right. Yeah.
Y'all be out to say I got him. Like,
Shit, I'm taking a play off.
Yeah, you want to rest. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, self check.
Leave me in, coach. I'm good. I got 82. You know what I'm saying? I'm good.
Like, wait a minute.
You don't never want to be the dude that got called out like that.
You gotta switch. No, switch.
Yeah, hey, I'm get him. I got him this time.
Hey, y'all, I got a question. So, how much stock are y'all putting into the first depth chart y'all done seen in comparison to everything else? Because
I'm interested in seeing like it say or, so that's important right there. Or Jalen Tolbert, or Cavante Turpin, or Maris Leofau, or Damone Clark. That's the two biggest bold letter ors that you see on here.
I don't think I've even seen those before.
I was sure for to ask you. I don't think I've seen this shit either.
Mm-mm.
That's real competition. Is that Schotty's competitive culture shining through right there, Tuck? That's what that is?
I don't know. Because when it comes to Jalen Tolbert and Cavante Turpin, I think it's gonna be situational. Now, me personally, I feel like Turpin has already kind of took that wide receiver 3 role, but it's gonna be based off of scheme, I think. So I think it's gonna be interchangeable. And I had this conversation today where a lot of people got Jalen Tolbert messed up, man. I get it. He don't dance. He don't, you know what I'm saying? He ain't got no cool first downs, signature or nothing like that, right? But the kid can play football, you know what I'm saying? And he's reliable, and he is tied to the hip with Dak Prescott and also with Brian Schottenheimer. So a lot of people are like, oh, Tolbert's not going to make it this year. Y'all got Tolbert messed up. So I think that wide receiver 3/4 is going to be interchangeable. But the one thing I do want to keep my eye on is Jonathan Mingo, because I feel like Jonathan Mingo is starting to press forward a little bit. But yeah, that or thing, I think it's, situational between those two.
I think Jonathan Mingo.
About to say, I'm looking at Mingo. I think Mingo might be I think
on there
situation where it's like
Mingo up there at the top.
He at the CD.
Okay.
CD back up. But I think Mingo gonna find himself as more useful than Tolbert because he's a bigger body guy. It's just gonna naturally work itself out. Watch what I tell you. Like, I think it's gonna be hard to keep Mingo off the field when Dak finds how much he can use him. You know what I'm saying? As a possession type receiver, he's a bigger body guy. He's gonna go up and catch the ball. And believe it or not, I looked at him as a yak guy coming out of Ole Miss. I don't know if he still got that. Did you see the same thing coming out, Tuck?
Yeah, I love Jonathan Mingo coming out of Ole Miss. I loved him. So, I went through Carolina. He just didn't get the opportunity in Carolina. But as far as upside potential, it can be scary. And here's why Cowboys fans need to really circle Jonathan Mingo. 2 years left on the deal, right? So this is that in case of emergency, George Pickens goes crazy and you got to deal with Dave again. I feel like you can maybe say, okay, well, Mingo had a good season. He had a good connection with Dak Prescott. That could possibly be the future, which I hope is not the case. But yeah, Jonathan Mingo definitely has it. I think once you put him with Dak Prescott, he can get scary. So if I'm looking at this just from a pure talent perspective, just like the best football players, it's Pickens, CD, right? Turpin, Mingo, and Tolbert, right? That's kind of my if I'm playing Madden, I'm taking Tolbert out and I'm putting in Mingo. You know what I'm saying? I'm putting
if you had to put your money on them beating a NFL level corner 1-on-1, I think I'd bet on Mingo before Tolbert.
Yeah,
so,
absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Just natural ability.
Right.
And Tolbert and Turpin for sure.
Right.
I don't think nobody can cover him for real. Right. If he really learn exactly what he need, I think he can. I think he'll be one of those unstoppable dudes. That's why when you were saying they interchangeable, I agree. But I think Turpin need to find his way on the field regardless. Like it don't matter what you know what I'm saying. He need to be a decoy and the main character in a lot of these different scenarios. So I would just tease him all the time on the offense. Like it don't matter what I got going on. If I got a full stable of wide receivers, he gonna be in the backfield. I might line Turpin up at tight end. Just make sure he on the field for real.
I was gonna say the same thing. Just don't let him lead the field, and I believe that's easier when he is wide receiver 3. If he's always out there, you never really know when the ball actually going his way. Like it's sort of
a big giveaway like Mike was doing when he on the field, Turpin finna be very involved in whatever going on.
Right.
You don't want that to be a dead giveaway.
Right. And the way that I kind of explain, I always use a basketball analogy, right? We all coming up playing basketball. We knew basketball players, but we also knew hoopers. You know what I'm saying? I feel like Jalen Tolbert's a basketball player, right? He can set the proper screens. If you give him the right pick, he'll knock down a shot here. But Mingo, Turpin, those are just hoopers. Like just put them out there, bro. Tell them where to go and give them the ball, and they'll figure it out, right? But I feel like with Tolbert, it's like he'll block, he'll rebound, he'll get your little steal, dive, hustle points, scrape up his knee, all sorts of stuff.
Turpin gonna sham guy.
You know what I'm saying? You ain't like, you know what I'm saying? Be able to toss them out their shoes, or Mingo gonna go over top and catch an alley-oop and dunk on you. Like, it's just one of those things where I feel like when it comes to the wide receiver core. So, you need both, but it's going to be hard because Mingo's upside is scary. Also, Turpin's upside is scary, but also keeping a buck, Trayshawn Holden's upside is scary as hell too. You know what I'm saying? So,
I'm telling you, man, like I'm not the kind of person to buy into, training camp darlings. But I fucked around and sipped a little Kool-Aid watching Trayshawn Holden, man.
He good, bro. If he didn't have his situation in Oregon, he probably would have went drafted. You know what I'm saying? But he was wild out in Oregon. But it just happens. But I think this kid, bro, he's gonna be the one that when we sitting there seeing all those cuts, and if his name is on that list, Cowboys fans are gonna flip out. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be flip out. The Isaiah Lands, but Julius Wood was last one. Like, he's gonna be one of those ones. But the thing, bro, they offered him. They paid him like $3,000. They paid him like $3,000.
They gave him nothing.
They didn't give him nothing, bro. He out there for free, bro, putting his life on the line. So he is hungry. He is hungry right now. You know what I'm saying? It's a disrespect to give him only $3,000, bro. Like,
I don't even see how. Like, he gonna have to be amazing to make this roster, though.
Right.
And I think he's been living up to a certain status right now, but he gonna have to fight through the cowboy politics and all that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. They love, like I seen, as soon as I got on the field yesterday, I seen Flournoy make a play. Like, they love Flournoy. We forgot about Flournoy. We looked at Flournoy like somebody who needed more reps last year.
Right.
Now we like, we got a new toy.
Right, new toy. Because this time last year, Flournoy was compared to Dez Bryant. Now it's get him up out of here. You know,
like you just chunked Flournoy to the side, like get over there.
Hey, that's post-nut clarity. Yeah. I got what I wanted. Now I'm thinking straight. Like, you really ugly. I was just horny.
The lights came on, didn't it?
Right, yeah. We were so desperate for a wide receiver. He kind of looked like Dez, bro.
He looked like Dez. Great.
We done turned them into an all-pro.
Hey, I remember Tuck did a video. He like, if you put your beer goggles on, you look at Josh Kelly. He look like Luther Burn.
You drank up.
You gotta use your imagination, man.
You drank up a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
He's gonna start looking like Debo Sanders.
Right. AJ Brown. You know what I'm saying?
AJ Brown, little brother.
Well, yeah, they do the same for running back. They were drunk as hell. They say Jadon Blue was
Dorsett.
They said he was Gill. They said he was Gill, Tony Dorsett. Like, God, dog. Like, what's in y'all cup? Let me get a little bit.
Listen, man, I'm telling you straight up, Gibbs was just a special dude, man. It's just
We all
certain
knew it.
people that's special with their ability, man. And
Mhm.
just because you fans, that don't make you Gibbs. You know what I'm saying? It takes more than that. It
Yeah, we
takes
got what 2 days till we're all sitting there watching Quinshon Judkins go crazy in preseason with Shador and be like, hey, that's a little different than what we got, you know. So
Browns got both of my guys to
bro.
both of my running backs, they got them. They got Sampson too. I loved him
Yeah,
coming out.
Dylan Sampson, bro. Yeah, a lot of these teams, bro. Sorry, you know what I'm saying, but this
Hey,
running back class was so
It was loaded.
because I forgot till today. I was talking to somebody about maybe Travis Etienne. I was like, damn, they did draft Basil Tootin, didn't they? In Jacksonville, them boys is loaded. You know what I'm saying?
Somebody else who they got, I don't know if you looked at him last year, my guy out of Oregon, Jordan James. I was in love with him,
yeah.
Jordan James. Man, I wanted him to be
He went to the
Cowboy.
49ers, didn't
He went to the 49ers, bro. Like, they be on the right type of time. I could tell. I'm like, they seen exactly what I saw.
Right.
Physical, downhill, twitchy guy. He can do it all, bro.
Right.
And I'm telling you, if he get his opportunity, he gonna show up.
Mm-hmm.
Player that I was like, man, we can get him on the back end.
Oh
man, even from the joint practice, like Jerquez Hunter could have probably came up here and took over the whole running back room.
Right.
Out of Auburn. He was a 1,200-yard guy, played in the SEC, and they already got an all-pro running back. They still got another one.
But see, what has everybody nervous right now is what have people been telling us, y'all. But our offensive line's gonna be much improved.
Anybody can run behind that line.
Now they saw them shits get smacked up versus the Rams. Well, you know, technically, Tuck, the Rams have one of the youngest uprising defense. What the hell you think Philly got, bro?
What the
hell you think the Giants got? You know what I'm saying? What the hell you think Washington got? You know what I'm saying? What the hell you think Detroit got, bro?
Giants,
Packers low key.
Packers, you know what I'm saying? Like shit, Chris Jones in Kansas City, bro. What do you think these teams that we play got? You know what I'm saying? So that's the reason why people are getting scared right now, because maybe our running backs, our offensive line can't wave this pixie dust and just make everybody look good and be this Instagram filter. You might need your actual dominant back, and I just don't think we have one. So if anyone could turn the corner and be that, that shocking surprise, it's going to have to be Jadon Blue. Like
I was about to say, we might have to just go and put all our eggs in that basket.
Get them right.
Because I don't think we got, like, with this schedule we got this year, right. I don't think we got time to play around and do the Rico Dowdle type stuff and figure it out in week 5 or 6. Like, I don't think we got the leeway for that. I think that'll be a death sentence for this team. Like, I really look at this schedule and be like, bro, we're gonna have to play some good football if we want to be a winning team this year. Like, no lie. So I don't think no slow start is ideal.
Right.
And you can mess around. Okay, you lose to Philly, nobody gonna cry about that. It just depends on how it happened. But if you come right back in that second week and lose to the Giants, sir.
2 NFC East teams back to back, 0-2 in the division, 0-2 on the schedule.
Let's keep it a buck. We struggled that first game versus the Giants until Malik Neighbors went down with that concussion. You know what I'm saying? Like, I hate wishing injuries or celebrating injuries, but when he went down, I was like, okay, you know what I'm saying? Like, because them boys had us on the road. You know?
But that's different. And listen, he don't have a soul on his team to cover him either.
Right.
Not one soul.
His show can't be the
do nothing with him.
Right.
I love Bland.
Can't do nothing with him. Bland would get cooked
that's
all
not his
game.
game. Following top receivers.
Right.
And I love Bland too, but he can't do nothing with that guy right now.
If we go out 0-2 in the division, it's gonna get dark real quick. All that Kool-Aid, all that, pour all them cups out.
Me and Tuck be making draft content.
Like, you content creators. All right.
There you go.
I want to see how Schotty gonna handle the adversity, because that's the one kryptonite to all this positivity type stuff from some of these guys. Like, we all know the overall goal is to think positive. We know that, but in reality, you just can't do that sometimes. Like, real talk. Like, if we go out there and get smacked by Philly and come back and lose to the Giants in any capacity, what's the positive spin you gonna put on that, Schotty?
Right.
What's the positive spin? You still talking like we family and all this stuff. What are you going to tell your family if you 0-2 in the division and you 0-2 in the season coming out?
Mm-hmm.
I
don't see the positive.
He going to take him in there. Listen, my job is on the line. Please help me.
Cowboys fans going to start making them Bill Belichick memes and all sorts of stuff. And like, I can say this publicly now because I had this conversation with Boss, right?
Mhm.
The way the sunshine and rainbows, Kool-Aid stuff was going, it's just not for me. I know y'all don't make content like that. It just doesn't fit us. So selfishly, I was waiting on Philly to kind of recalibrate us and kind of take some of this, you know what I'm saying, out of us. Luckily, we didn't have to wait that long because Jerry Jones did it, right? Jerry Jones said, nah, bro, because I remember we was running around Happy Gilmore celebrations, just having fun, talking about the playlist. And now that Jerry Jones has spoken on the microphone and got this thing ugly, I see Cowboys fans like, all right, bro, this may not be like what we expected. You know what I'm saying? Now they want that real, that bubblegum shit that was lasting them all summer. You know what I'm saying? Everybody was a steal of the draft and everything. Now we're back to reality, and now Cowboys fans want that real. So, 0-2.
Shit,
You know
they must can't want the real. They still talk about Jay from UCLA being a fix at defensive tackle.
Oh yeah, we gonna get through that by Sunday. You know what I'm saying? We'll get through that by Sunday. Well, Tucky's still a rookie. Yeah, so we've been telling you.
7th rounder at that. So what you talking about?
Right, yeah.
Let me ask y'all this. What about the reports they saying that the defensive line wasn't hitting on nothing yesterday?
It wasn't.
The Rams. They weren't doing nothing.
Was the Rams defensive line?
No, ours.
Our defensive line.
They wasn't. They wasn't. We went through we went through it, bro. Like, I mean, there was a few good plays, but nah, it wasn't. But then they were saying, okay, we wasn't running any stunts and different things like that. But like I said, when you're watching the trenches, you don't need stunts. You don't need complicated scheme. You just need big on big, right? Who was a man about their shit yesterday? And the only people I saw, honestly, that stood out that was a man was Donovan Zikaraku, who's going to be a problem. And then I'm telling y'all right now, Perion Winfrey, he a savage dog, right? So like he was out there just getting pushed, just causing havoc. But there was plays. Jay got sent back to the shadow ram, got driven all the way back into, I think it was like Jack Sanborn's lap. So it's like, yeah, they just didn't look impressive yesterday versus the Rams offense. And I know you can run a very vanilla, just stop the run. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah. So yeah, I feel that though, man. I had my suspicions. I be having my 10-4 hat on a lot of times. I was like, do you think this is a demonstration for Michael Parsons? Like, man, we ain't finna rush nothing without Michael. Hey, we're gonna hold it down for our guy, man. Cause I know Donovan Zaraku with the skill set he got. They said he wasn't doing nothing but bull rushes. Like, what made you do that all of a sudden?
They said that with the plan. They didn't. They said it with the plan for him just to bull rush.
Oh,
allegedly, they got an answer for everything.
Right.
If you
That don't
to
sound right, do it?
Right.
So,
hey man, we just told him to bull rush.
I ain't buying
right,
that.
yeah, mm-hmm.
Did you really though?
Right.
Really?
I mean, so what? Does Donovan have this secret pass rush move that the world has never seen, bro? We've already seen clips of his toolbox. We've seen the spin move. We've seen it all. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You got a nice bag, but
right. Yeah.
Why
I didn't see
bull rushing all of a sudden?
Right. Yeah.
As a rookie, tell me, is that not your most ineffective way to rush? As a rookie.
At his size, he not no power rusher.
It's not his game. Right.
Level is at that point to be bull rushing an NFL tackle.
Right.
This nigga like 240 pounds. He don't need to be bull rushing nobody.
He's damn near a hybrid linebacker. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like he stood up a lot at Boston College.
Right. That's not his game. That's not his game at all, boy. Leave that shit to Sam. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, let Sam and what that boy Turner, let them do that bullshit.
Right. Yeah. We just told him to bull rush all practice.
All right,
y'all shouldn't even have practice there. You know what I'm saying? Like,
y'all ain't doing nothing. Listen, when the boy they talk, like y'all ain't doing nothing. Y'all gonna be doing on game days. What the point?
Right, because then Schotty was like, "Oh, I had to call my bomb play on them." You know? Oh, come on, bro.
I got pissed, man. So
I got pissed. I call a bomb on it with Joe Milton and Jalen Brooks. That's when you decide, come on, dog. Say y'all was getting bagged up out there. It's okay. You know what I'm saying? It's happened. What scrimmage have the Dallas Cowboys looked good at? They haven't. The Chargers dog walked us. Y'all remember Denver came out. Randy Gregory, you know what I'm saying, was acting a fool out there. We always get tossed around in them scrimmages. You know what I'm saying?
That's why I'm asking, like, when you do only positivity, that's when you start being dishonest.
Right.
Like, if I ask you a point blank question, Schotty, I don't want to hear you tap dancing around what happened. You know what I'm saying? Did still get whooped out there.
Right.
he gonna be like, well, you know what I'm saying, the nature of the man. I don't want to hear none of that. Yes or no, and what are you gonna do to prepare him for the rest of the season? Because that's not a good indication right there. So what you gonna do, Schotty? And then he gonna come with some philosophical stuff. Like, bro, I just want you to hold these boys accountable and be effective out here. Like, I can't go against his coaching formula yet because we ain't seen it in real action yet. But like I said, like him be talking me out the bridge a little bit because he seemed like he's the super nice coach guy, but he still has some stern aspects to him. So that's non-traditional for me. Like, you gotta be that guy. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be the angry guy that's gonna cuss people out. You gotta lead with a little fear. That's the philosophy that I come from. That nice guy shit, when it comes to men, in my opinion, from my experience, they usually gonna test him. Am I right or wrong?
Yeah, like, it has to be respected. It has to be respected because, Jason Garrett would do that, right? Jason Garrett, we call him Clapper, but he would start cussing and dropping it, but you don't believe it. It's not believable. You know what I'm saying? So Schotty has to make sure that he's believable because he can get back into that Jason Garrett where he's too positive. You know what I'm saying? Like, I felt like some of the stuff that he was doing, right, it was good, but it was showing on cam. Hey guys, I'm at the party. I'm at the bowling event. Hey guys, we playing ping pong in here. Hey guys, you know what I'm saying? Just want y'all look at me. We playing back. Hey bro, get to the football. All these, you know what I'm saying? I get it. This ain't summer camp, bro. Can we get to the
That's what I'm talking about. This is not what I was saying here. And I'm like, bro, this man talking about everything but football.
Yeah, everything. Oh man, I get it. You know everybody's kids' names, but can you call plays, bro? Like that's what's going to be important. And if they do start off 0-2 and Schotty starts talking about ping pong and family and brotherhood, Cowboys fans are going to spin so damn quick on Schotty. Yeah, so man. He thinks he has a long leash. I don't think that leash is as long as he really thinks it is, bro. Not with this schedule and not with this team. You know what I'm saying? And if he goes out there that run game and we losing 0-2, we gonna be raising hell to air that bitch out to George Pickens and CeeDee Lamb.
Yeah, and listen, we know for a fact they like that. Cause listen, when Dak was a rookie, that fake fight finish shit, they loved it.
Right,
boy. Time go on. What the fuck you mean? Fake fight and finish. Finish the game, Dak. Finish the game. Have faith in the playoffs, Dak. Like what? Like leave that man alone.
What Schotty said? We ain't gonna have no t-shirt slogans. They got compete every day, all in a t-shirt, bro. It's a
calm down, cuz.
You know what I'm saying? Who said we ain't gonna have no t-shirt slogans?
I gotta shout out Bosch for that, cause you could tell he was dirty macking. Like I said, he was dirty macking big time when he got this job. Because he tried to be opposite of everything Mike did. It was opposite day. It was a bizarro world when it came to him. Yeah. So I just hope it work out, man. I just hope it work out.
That's all I care about.
Yeah.
I just want to be close.
And on the other extreme, I know that we said Jason Garrett, but he also is somebody that came from the Pete Carroll coaching tree. So, like Pete's that way. He's a player's coach.
Guy.
He's a player's coach. He's high energy, but he also get in your ass, when time comes. And we seen that translate to what he did at USC. We seen it translate with the Seahawks winning a Super Bowl, going to a second one. Being a contender for a long period of time. So it can work. Dan Quinn was there with him. He has a similar approach to how he does it. I don't think he's as positive, but he's also a player coach kind of guy. But you got to win. You got to win. We saw how quick, it went bad for Dan Quinn in Atlanta. Like, the shit he did was cool until it wasn't no more. You know what I'm saying? So
everyone loved our defense, then it was Dan Quinn don't like linebackers. You know what I'm saying? When he drafted Micah, everyone was for it. But then it was like he went to not love the linebackers. And the thing that Schotty has to be aware of, Pete Carroll ain't had no Jerry Jones upstairs. You know what I'm saying? Dan Quinn ain't have no Jerry Jones upstairs. So who's the real voice when it comes to everything and who's going to win these battles? That's what we have to sit back and wait and see. So
we are going to have to see it. Really like a battle for the soul of the Dallas Cowboys, man. Because Jared, Lucifer and shit, listen, I don't know who the hell Schotty is. Schotty might be Judas at this point. I don't know. It's like who gonna fuck us over worse?
He looked like a superhero for as the Cowboys community go. No wrong.
I mean, hey, I like Schotty personally. I do like Schotty.
Yeah.
When he talks football, I'm engaged. It's just like I need to see you win some football games and shit.
I can't stamp nobody until I see it, bro.
Right.
Yeah.
All it is.
Can we get 6 weeks, bro? Like people don't want us that. You better make a decision now, landlord. Are you with them or you not? God damn, bro. I can't.
They can't wait to try to put your feet to the fire for stuff like that, but it
Some
makes
shit
no
you ain't
sense.
seen.
I told him the same thing. I said, if I said I was finna sell you a car and I done just described it perfectly to you, are you gonna send me the money and you ain't seen it?
Right.
Nope.
How could you buy something that you ain't seen yet?
Right.
That sounds like a scam to me.
Because if he starts winning, like you didn't even want Schotty, you didn't even like him, right? And then if he starts losing, well, y'all just being negative. You know what I'm saying? Like, god damn, bro. I'm just saying
They got their bets hedged already.
Right, they hedge, right, yeah.
And
they believe in it. I can see how he's captivating and galvanizing enough people to make them believe in him.
Right.
I can see he
He a good
got a
people
great
person. He talks well.
presentation. He's making his whole coaching stint dedicated to something that he believes in wholeheartedly, like his father and the mindset and the mentality that he coached under, and all of this stuff is stuff that he believes in wholeheartedly. So it's easy for you to say, okay, I believe in it because it means so much to him. But the only thing that's keeping people like us at bay is we are results-based people.
Right.
Exactly.
I need to see what's going to happen. You know what I'm saying? Once I see what's going to happen and how this going to actually manifest on the field, that's when I can take it to another level and say, okay, now I see the things that I was concerned about, it wasn't as bad, or it kind of leveled itself out with some of this stuff that he did. Like, you got to actually see how it work out in reality instead of just on paper.
Yeah.
I mean, it's crazy because folks do it every day and every week with players on a play-by-play basis. They want to see results, see how you do. They want to see you develop, all that shit. They understand it with players, but for some reason, it doesn't register that you got to do it with coaches you ain't never seen coach before.
This is what I want to see too, because I think people underrating this. It's not an easy job to call plays and be the head coach.
Right.
So a lot of people just thinking about, oh, he's calling plays. Sir, he's never called plays and been the head coach at the same time.
Right.
That's a different that's a different level of multitasking right there. So I want to see how sharp he gonna be. He's been preparing for this. This man been in the coaching business for how long? He's been there forever. He's a son of a coach, so it should come second nature. But I want people to understand that it is experimental because he's never done it before. Like, we just expecting him to walk in here and just dominate that. I don't know. That might be a little too optimistic.
Look how long it took Nick Sirianni to build what he built in Philly. You know what I'm saying? We used to punch on Nick. You know what I'm saying? When he first got there. So can Cowboys fans handle when we were blowing out Philly by 40? You know what I'm saying? Dog walking Jalen Hurts. Can we handle those games early in Schotty's career? I don't think that they can, right? Because like you said, bro, like we'll have to sit back and see and results. You know what I'm saying? But he's a good talker, good injury. Hell, he sold my wife. I was watching some interviews. She's like, who's that? I was like, this new head coach. I like him. He sounds better than the last guy. I mean, quit hating on Mike. You know what I'm saying? Quit hating on Mike. But you know what I'm saying? He got that look. He got that charm. You know what I'm saying? The media people loves him. You know what I'm saying? That's all cool. But let's start on the two. Let Cam Scotty rush for 120 and 2 touchdowns at AT&T Stadium. They gonna toss all that.
Wait, they finna because you know how they do it. They gonna crucify Matt Eberflus.
Oh, Matt Eberflus, right?
Get him out of here. We should have kept Zimmer.
They gonna try to blame it on other people for as long as they possibly can
before it gets to him.
Right. Yeah.
If the offense performing well, they still gonna give Schotty credit. That's what's crazy. But they ain't gonna give them accountability for the whole team. That's what's still a head coach, sir.
They'll shoot up Clayton Adams first. You know what I'm saying? All Clayton Adams, you know what I'm saying? He ain't spilled. They'll shoot at Clayton Adams first because so many people have hedged their bets with Schotty.
They already in love.
Yeah.
They bought the ring already.
That's the thing I don't like. If your offensive coordinator does not call plays, you know, there's only like so much credit or blame that I'm giving them. You know, I know that they're involved, but motherfucker, if you call a double reverse, he didn't put a gun to your head. Like he might have installed it. You ain't have to call the shit.
Right.
So I'll say this because I'm gonna have to wrap it up in a second.
Yeah, he gotta go do another show so we can wrap it up.
Yeah. So I want to say this before we go. Tuck kind of pretty much already said how he feel about it, but I'm gonna ask it again anyway. what type of leash do you think Brian Schottenheimer actually has on his team? Like, do you think he's gonna get the grace of a first year coach, or is he facing like some high expectations and some demands of wins right now?
The question I gotta ask you back. We're talking about in regard to the front office, his bosses, or regard to the fan base? Because it's actually two. It's gonna be two different leashes.
Give me both, then. Give me both.
Jerry Jones is gonna ride with Schotty for at least this full year. You know what I'm saying? He gonna ride with him for the full. They could go 0-15. He's not gonna fire Schotty in the middle of the season. This is not what he does. So if they have an okay season, even if they are only like 9-8, you know, I think Schotty keeps his job, and he talks Jerry Jones to let him stay for at least another season. You know what I'm saying? The fans gonna be done with if we miss the playoffs. The fans gonna be done with him, regardless of what happens.
With a healthy Dak Prescott.
Yeah, we're 9-8 with a healthy Dak Prescott. The only saving grace is if the rest of the NFC East is ass and you stick it to the playoffs and you get hot. That's the only way that you stay around with a 9-8 regular season record. But you probably don't even make the playoff with 9-8. You know what I'm saying?
You feel, Tuck? Give me the front office perspective and the fans' perspective.
I feel like with the front office, he's going to get a long leash because, one, that's their guy because Mike McCarthy dipped on him, so they're going to try to give him that grace. But I think they're also going to give Schotty the grace until they can find somebody else. You know what I'm saying? So they with him, but I don't really think the Cowboys are with him. They just didn't have no other options, right? Okay. So, you know, someone starts circulating, right? You know, and they're like, oh. So they will start that. Because think about this. What? Mike McCarthy had, 2 years when they first started talking about Sean Payton? You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So, you know, I think the same.
And Dan Quinn.
and Dan Quinn. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think Schotty should get that same, that grace period. With the fan base, I think even if we don't make the playoffs, it's going to be how we don't make the playoffs. But if we go out there and get embarrassed by the major heavyweight hitters like Philly, Kansas City, Detroit, lose to Green Bay again, let's say we lose to Washington, I think the fan base is going to turn on Schotty because next offseason, when they out there playing ping pong, people will be like, I don't want to hear none of that shit. You know what I'm saying? Because think about this. Everybody loved Micah Parsons' podcast until we lost to Green Bay. Then it became the biggest problem, right? I don't want to, so we know how fickle Cowboys fans are. So if we don't make the playoffs and we don't look like we are trending in the right direction, they'll probably turn on Schotty after this season.
I think I agree with that statement right there. When it comes to Jerry Jones, I think it depends on how the season play out. You know what I'm saying? I think if it's a disaster, I don't think Jerry's scared to just be like, you know what, let's because think about it. From their track record, from their history, it looks like the offensive coordinator is a threat.
Right.
So he might be looking at Clayton Adams like, hey, shit.
Right.
He might be my backup plan. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we know Schotty didn't hire his homeboys like some coaches do. Schotty didn't hire the best guys for the job, which is smart, but at the same time, they don't owe you no loyalty either. Right. You know what I'm saying? They don't owe you no loyalty for real. So Jerry might be looking at Clayton Adams like a fallback plan or something just in case this goes awry. I hope not, but, you know, it's always a threat if Schotty got his job the way he got his job. You see what I'm saying? Right. But I think it'll have to be a complete disaster for his leash to be super short as far as Jerry and the Joneses go. Jerry and the Joneses, that sounds like a book. But when as far as the fans go, I'll say, like basically what y'all said, man, if them boys come in and be lackluster and lose the big games and in an embarrassing form, if it's embarrassing, if we come out here and get embarrassed by the Eagles, they might be turning on Schotty. Because they too, like you said, they heads they bets too high. They already sold. So if they come in lackluster, it's over. Right. But hey, man, I appreciate doing this show with y'all, boy. I say I go by Landlord from Alabama with the same handle on our social media. Y'all tap in for the win.
Tuck, where can they find you at, cuz?
Yeah, JTuck151 on all social media platforms. CFO Sports, the YouTube channel, and TZ does it on PlayStation if you want to get them fades in. Ain't that right, Henry? You know what I'm saying? We'll get them fades in on CFB 26. You know what I'm saying? So salute to everybody out there, man. Salute to content creation space, man. Salute to y'all, my dogs. Keep rocking.
Indeed, it's your boy Henny Demore reporting live from the liquor store. Appreciate y'all for everything. We got a bunch of cash apps down here. You want to show some love when y'all see this. And in the words of my brother West Coast Cowboy, man, never look down because the star is up. Peace.
Peace.